Thanks, Donna. I want to start off with just a big, gigantic thank you. I'm telling you right now, the uDrove Humanitarian people and volunteers have done an unbelievable job. Everybody in this community has made these kids feel like $100 million in the coaches. We've had an awesome time. One of our goals was to have fun. Now I'm worried about having too much fun. These guys up on mountains, sliding down hills, and this has been an awesome experience. And no matter what, this is set very, very well with our football team. We're extremely excited to be here. We've had an outstanding week of practice and ready for a national opponent. You know, Fresno has been long known as giant killers. You know, their motto is anyone, anywhere, anytime, and I think that's sweet. All right, they value the same things we value. We value running the ball, we value stopping the run, and we value playing hard, and I'm really looking forward to playing Fresno on Saturday.
Can you players address, you know, kind of what this has been like for you guys as far as the transition and the whirlwind of, you know, coming here and, you know, after your coach is gone and kind of what you guys trying to stay mentally prepared for this game?
It's actually been a real smooth transition. You know, we had that letdown in the championship, and then, you know, a few days later we lost our head coach. But you know, the seniors got everybody together, and we had a, you know, players only meeting, and you know, we got everybody back on the same page. And then Coach Tuk has done an outstanding job getting us together, keeping us together, and getting us motivated to play. So it's been a pretty a seamless transition so far.
Yeah, like Chad said, it's been a lot better than probably, you know, a lot of us expected. We've been treated awesome here, and we've had a great time, and I think that's made the transition easy too. And you know, we're focused on Fresno State, and the coaches have done a great job of getting us prepared.
How big of a deal is it not to practice on the blue field? It is kind of a different dynamic to not get out there yet. Is that a concern or a...
As far as just the blue, getting used to the blue turf, is that what you're getting at? For me, I'm fine. I mean, I don't think it'll inhibit the defense at all. You have to ask Chandler about how throwing the ball is going to be, but and Chad running, but I feel all right.
Yeah, I don't think it's a big deal. I think you know, it's a different color, obviously, but you know, we're playing the same game that we've been playing for, you know, the last 10, 15 years of our lives. So we're just excited to get out there and play some football.
I know let me just comment real quick on that. I know one thing, if Chandler's getting ready to snap the ball and he's looking at the blue turf, we got some problems because we got a lot of things to focus on besides that. So,
is there any initial excitement in the fact that you can come and play on the blue turf, something that you can't do in Illinois?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, this is a turf that you see all year long with Boise State getting as much TV time as they do. So, you know, it's going to be a lot of fun. You know, we're excited. You know, a lot of family and friends back home are asking, you know, what's it going to be like? And, you know, I just tell them it's going to be a football game, but definitely exciting to do that.
Have there been any odd or weird myths that you guys have heard about, or people have been asking you about, you know, from back home about playing here?
Not that I've, you know, heard thus far. I've gotten a lot of people asking me for, you know, send me a picture of the turf, you know, let me see what it's like, and you know, that it's exciting for them, you know, because they see it all the time, and now they're going to get to see us playing on it. But I mean, it's same old field.
I think not only with the blue turf, is as a program we lift up Boise. I mean, just being straight with you, we want to be who you are. You're a national program that's done it the right way, and whether it's your blue turf, but more importantly, all the wins. We talk about how you all do things here, and now they get to come as players see all of this.
Start with Coach. What did you know about Fresno State a month ago, and what do you know now?
You know, a month ago I would have said I know Pat Hill has a sweet mustache. And I have a lot of respect for the way they run their program. After watching them, I was impressed with the balance they have on offense. When you look at the film, you know, obviously they value running the ball and have a dynamic tailback, but you know, they threw for 320 yards against Illinois without the tailback. So when you looked at them on film, that's the one thing that stuck out that I didn't know a month ago. And then on defense, just their ability to get after the quarterback, and you know, we got to stay out of those type of situations. It can't be 3rd and 10 a lot, or we're going to be in trouble.
Is there anything you can take from having that common opponent in Illinois since both teams played Illinois?
You know, you would say that, but the problem was that was 10 games ago, and you know, I don't think our team's the same. I don't think Illinois is the same. A little later on in the year, they played Idaho, which played Western Michigan, who we've played. So you kind of look at some of the matchups player-wise, how they did versus Western Michigan, and I think we maybe got a little better feel for them on film from that game than Illinois, just because, you know, a team changes quite a bit over 9 games.
Question, I guess, for the players, you know, coming off of the championship game and the disappointment with that, how thankful are you guys for the opportunity to, you know, finish things on a winning note?
Oh, we're definitely thankful, especially myself and the other seniors, to go out the right way, go out the way that, you know, we've worked so hard this season to finish out the right way with a win. So we're going to get that bad taste of our mouth. So we're definitely excited to get back out there and play again.
It's also, you know, one of our goals, you know, that we've made is our school's never won 11 games in a season, and you know, we're sitting at 10 right now. And I mean, it'd be great for, especially for our seniors, to go out with, you know, some more history at Northern Illinois.
Chandler, I wonder if you can talk about what it's like to have a running back like Chad behind you and how that sort of makes your job a little easier.
Yeah, it definitely makes my job easy. You know, he's been doing it for, you know, this is his 3rd year now. So, you know, it takes a lot of pressure off me. It really does. And, you know, there's not much more you can say about it. He's an excellent player. You know, he's got a career ahead of him, hopefully in the NFL. So, you know, I'm very fortunate to have him with me.
Jake, what makes him so tough to bring down?
He's short, so he runs at a good pad level. But he's very explosive through the line, and he keeps his feet moving. Even when you think you got him wrapped up and you're bringing him down, he just finds a way to keep his feet moving, spins off, and keeps getting yardage. So he's a tough runner.
Yeah, who do you look up to as a running back? Is there anyone you model yourself after?
You know, I like to watch a lot of like NFL running backs, guys who are small, my size, guys like Ahmad Bradshaw, Ray Rice for Baltimore. Those are guys I like to actually watch film and try to break down and see what they do and see how I can implement what they do into my own game.
Coach, it looks like you guys have been really good with turnovers this year, and Fresno struggled a little bit with that. Talk about sort of the importance of that, in particular in a bowl game with a layoff.
Yeah, it really wouldn't matter who you played. There's just certain things that determine the outcome of a game. You know, statistically in college football, the turnover ratio is big, but the problem with those statistics is you got mismatches in college. But if you look at NFL, that's the #1 statistic in whether you win or lose, because, you know, they're balanced. Okay, and if you go +3, you win 98% of the time. So you really, that's something we stress all the time. And when you're able to run the ball, you don't have to, you know, run high end type plays where there's a chance that you can get a pick, or, you know, when it comes down to that. So if you can stop the run and run the ball, that really, really helps with the turnover ratio, and that's what we've been able to do this year.
As far as the changing of coaches, do you find that the players are becoming more, I guess, adapted to coaches leaving? Is there still that personal hurt when a coach leaves, or do you think that's changing? Maybe like you and a couple players could talk to that.
Well, I think, you know, this is just like life. Okay, there's a lot of things you can't control. You can't pick the head football coach. You can't pick your assistant coach. I mean, that's really not up to you. The thing that I really feel like these kids have realized is, you know, Coach Tuke hasn't made a catch or a tackle. Neither has Coach Kill. And the reason we've won is all still here. They're right next to me. The players win games. Okay, the coaches are the one that loses them, screw them up. Okay, so the reason we've been winning, that's all still in that locker room. And you need to look next to you, okay, and the reason we've won is right next to you. And the kids have just been able to, you know, rally around each other, and that's the thing. Either this thing's going to pull us apart or pull us together. And I'm telling you now, I think we're tighter than we've ever been.
Yeah, I think this was definitely a blessing in disguise. I think our team has gotten closer, and we've relied on more guys like Jake and Chad to lead us, and they've done a great job. And you know, we're going to be a lot tighter knit group of brothers after all this goes down. So.
Was that because of there being hard feelings?
Yeah, I think so. You know, it wasn't easy. You know, guys will tell you it was hard after losing the MAC championship and losing a coach within a matter of 24, 48 hours. So, and that all happened during finals week. So, you know, that was definitely a tough situation. But you know, we rallied together, and you know, that's what we build our team around as a family. And you know, that's how we act.
You've been through that before when Coach Novak retired and Coach Coffman. What do you tell the younger kids who went through it for the first time?
We told them that it's, you know, coaching is a business, you know, and you know, every coach has to look out for what's best for themselves and their family. So, you know, coach is going to come and go. We all expected Coach Novak to still be here when we got here. You know, he was one of the main reasons I came to Northern Illinois. And you know, after he left, you know, it was kind of hard, but you know, we fought together and we came together, and you know, it turned out, you know, what it did, where we're at right now. And we had to explain that to the younger guys. You know, they were a little hurt. They had some hard feelings about the situation, but you know, coaches come and go, and we stick together. And like Chandler said, we're a family, and that's what we just try to, you know, instill in everybody.
I'll just add one thing. I really think you can learn something from everybody. I mean, you got to look at that as a positive. And you know, if you're getting coached by somebody for 3 years, you know, you can learn a lot from that guy, and now you get an opportunity to meet another guy and learn from him. I mean, it's all a win-win situation.
Coach, not having seen you guys much this year, can you talk a little about your offense? And obviously Chandler runs the ball pretty well, and just kind of how you utilize that.
You know, we basically put a plan together every week, and number one, we got quite a few good players. That's why we played well on offense. But I think it's a little bit like Fresno. We're very balanced. I mean, we really feel like we can run it or we can throw it. Chandler's done a good job. I remember in Toledo where we ran a three-step play. They buzzed the out, buzzed the curl, and he took off for 60, which had nothing to do with coaching. Okay, and that's the thing. I mean, we got guys that can make plays, and you know, and that's really been the difference.
How about as far as bowl strategy? A lot of coaches have different. Some like to give 2 weeks off and everybody get away from football and rest. Other guys like to go hard every day all the way to whenever the bowl is. What any?
Well, I mean, basically, when you look at it, you got to look at each case different. We played in January last year, okay, and that to me is just a different season. So we treated it much more like a spring ball situation. With the early bowl this week, we treated it like we had an off week and then a game week. Right or wrong, that was the decision we made, and so then we sit down and we said, hey, what's our plan to win? I want to know on offense, want to know on defense, and on special teams. So we wrote down 4 things on offense, 3 things on defense, and that's what we talked about all week to the players, and you know, that's where that's at.
Going off of that, for the players, how do you compare the preparation for this bowl compared to previous bowls?
Well, like Coach said, it was a quicker turnaround. So I mean, just treated it like an off or a bye week. And got right back into it. I mean, just business as usual. I mean, it was pretty smooth from the MAC title game until now, so it wasn't any rough patches or anything like that. It was a smooth transition.
Chandler, I know you don't throw it a ton, but how much of a concern is that pass rush that Fresno has?
You know, like Coach Tukes said, we need to stay out of 3rd and long situations because they got a good defensive end, and you know, we need to do well on 1st and 2nd down. But you know, we've been put in tough situations this year, and we've succeeded most of the time. So I don't really fear you know their pass rush because we got good guys up front too, and I think we're confident in our pass game.
Coach, I know you usually coach the linebackers. Will you try to have any say in what happens offensively in this game?
met on offense and defense in a staff room and basically said this, okay, offense, you get in a room, come up with a plan. And it's just like my wife and I's, when we got married, I said, hey, if it's a girl, you name her, but I got veto rights. And that's basically how I handled it there. If I don't want that, I got that veto right, or a fourth down, and all that, but they're going to manage and control the game on offense. Same way with Coach Sawvell on defense. I'm a defensive guy, so I think there'll be a little more, hey, you know, he'll ask my opinion and vice versa. I may call a play or something on defense. But it's really nothing has changed, and I think it's a great opportunity for them. And that was one thing that we talked about is I wanted everybody fully committed. If you weren't fully committed, you weren't getting on that plane. And now you got two guys that haven't been coordinators, and so this is their opportunity, no different than me being a head coach. At least I knew I was going to get their best. And at the end of the day, I'm good with that. If it's their best, I'm good with that.
With Garrett Wolf and Michael Turner being past player there in Northern Illinois, do you think the school is mostly known for talent for running backs, or is it something else?
I think when you talk about nationally, it's no doubt running back, rich tradition. I don't know how many years we've had a 1,000-yard rusher. I mean, it's been staggering what the coaches and the players have done before we even got there. But, you know, we're a cold weather area. Okay, so, I mean, that's just kind of a little bit about the job. You got to be able to run the ball in DeKalb, Illinois. So, you know, I think recruiting-wise, when you get into a home of a running back, there's a lot of smiles. So I definitely would say that's what we're known for. I think if you played us, okay, or you've coached against us, I think you would say that we're known for playing hard. Not before Jerry Kill even. Coach Novak and all those guys, that's what they valued, and those are the same things we've tried to keep, you know, when we're staff here. So,
Chad, how much was that running back tradition something that brought you to Northern Illinois?
It had a lot to do with it. You know, I did my research. You know, Michael Turner, he's not that big. You know, he's 5'10". He's 240, but he's 5'10". You know, Garrett Wolf is a little bit shorter than me at 5'7". And you know they had success at this level, and you know they made it to the next level. So I definitely thought Northern Illinois would be a place where I, as a short running back, could prosper.
Just a little quick, and if you guys think I'm talking too much, you can shut me down. But you know, everybody's sitting up here, and one of our fight song, it talks about the hard way. Okay, Jake, how many scholarships you have when you chose Northern?
0.
0. What about you, Chad?
0.
How many? You're kind of big time. You probably had a couple.
Yeah, I had like 1 or 2.
That's Northern. Okay, and that's something we're proud of. We had 5 guys get all conference honors, and they're all walk-ons. We are the guys that got a chip on our shoulder a little bit. I went to junior college and started coaching that way. I was lining, marking fields, doing irrigation, and then run out there and coach the O-line. And that's why I think our toughness and playing hard and all those things comes from the fact that all your life you've been told you're something short, you know, not tall enough, big, you know, all those type of things. Basically, you're not good enough. And so that's what we're kind of that way. We go to every game and putting it on the line because we've been told that all our lives.
Hey guys, one last question. I don't know how much you watched Fresno State come here and try to play Boise State, but Boise State came out with no jerseys on, no shirts during pregame warm-up in downright cold weather. You guys plan on doing that?
I don't think we're gonna go that far. You know, it's a little bit colder in DeKalb than it is here. You know, we were out practicing last week in 25-degree weather, so it's actually kind of warm out here. But I don't think you'll see anybody with their shirts off by any means.
I think my wife would tell you that ain't happening with Coach 2.
Is it easier to get up for a BCS team than it is a fellow mid-major in these type situations? Would you rather be playing a BCS school?
Well, I think it's a national team. You know, whether you're playing Boise or Cal, you're going to be up for both because they're both good football teams. So, you know, it is a national opponent. So I think that helps. We're on a national stage with ESPN, So all that, the motivation's through the roof, which is really everything when you talk about a bowl game. Because the more motivated team, you know, I think has the better shot. And I don't know what theirs is like, but ours is really, really high.
Why is that?
I mean, you just go through it. I mean, we get to play early. We lost our coach, so we got to just refocus right away. We didn't have to just sit there and think about what we can't control. We got to go right back on the field. We're going to get home for Christmas. All these guys have been through a lot. They need to be around their family. You're on ESPN. You're playing a national opponent. Okay, we had a top 25 ranking. If you win today, I think we're deserved, or Saturday, I think we're deserved to jump right back in that. You got the 11 win thing that the school has never done. I mean, you just go through the list, okay, and I don't worry about not being ready. I worry about being too ready.